John Pierpont Morgan, popularly known as J.P.Morgan, is famed to be one of the few men who single-handedly sustained America's economy on different occasions. Born on 17th April 1837 to a financier father, J.P. Morgan established strong links in the American financial market, thus making him one of the most powerful men of his period. Morgan received his formal education first in Boston and later in Germany. After completing his formal education, Morgan studied accounting at a private firm that was owned by Duncan, Sherman and Company. Immediately after completing his accounting school, Morgan worked at a banking company owned by his father for 10 years. In 1877, Morgan became one of the partners in Drexel, Morgan and Company. A few years after joining the company, it was renamed J.P. Morgan and Company, making it the most powerful bank in the world at that time. Analysts consider J.P. Morgan to be one of the greatest men who made financial decisions, which helped in sustaining America's economy and that of the world in general. This research paper examines the life of John Pierpont Morgan and the numerous contributions he made into the global economy. Like every other American, John Pierpont Morgan was obsessed with success. From a very young age, Morgan had a dream that one day he would dominate the whole of America together with its capital city, New York. Considered the father of the New York, Morgan had a desire to transform the city into a paradise and spent the whole of his time trying to make his dream a reality. To Morgan, transforming the city to high levels of excellence was a sure way of demonstrating his influence. With this in mind, Morgan helped in building the Hudson-Fulton celebration, whose success became a turning point for New York. It was in the Hudson-Fulton Commission where Morgan's desire to conquer the financial world was realized. Even before he was called to sit in the commission, Morgan had already made a name for himself in the financial world. This was made possible by the strong accounting background that he had acquired at Duncan, Sherman and Company, Jackson 627. Apart from the strong accounting background that Morgan had acquired from Duncan, Sherman and Company, his other influence came from his family background. Unlike his business colleges, Morgan had come from a wealthy family, and he had everything cut out for him. In his 76 years of experience, Morgan is believed to have enjoyed the immense wealth that was unequaled even in today's standards. Even before his birth, his father, Junius Spencer, had acquired property from his father, which he used to construct J.M.B.B. Morgan and Company. A banker by profession, Junius spent almost the whole of his free time grooming his son to take over his vast business empire. To achieve this objective, Junius sent his son to the best schools in Switzerland and Germany, thus sharpening him further. Kistner 283. Despite the numerous positions that Morgan held in his father's firms, his star began to shine in 1871 when he collaborated with Drexel to form Drexel, Morgan and Company, and its subsequent reorganization to Morgan and Co. After teaming up, the two moved the firm to the heart of New York and the property that they had bought for close to $1 million. This price was considered the most expensive piece of property to be owned by any firm at that time anywhere in the world. Through Morgan's management style, the firm was able to withstand several financial crises that had knocked down many firms. This gave him even more influence, and he became a respected leader not only in the financial sector, but in the political arena as well. This was witnessed in the 1876 presidential elections where his firm flooded the Rutherford B. Hayes's campaign to the tune of $5,000. However, Morgan's reasons for doing this were purely economical, since he believed that if Hayes were defeated, then inflation would go up and this would negatively hurt his businesses. When the railroad network was coming to completion in the last decade of the 19th century, Morgan turned his attention to funding great industrial merger, which included General Electric, U.S. Steel, and International Harvesters. At this time, J.P.Morgan and Co. had become the strongest investment bank in the world, and Morgan had gone down the books of history as the world's most significant and powerful banker. This was due to his self-assigned the role of intervening in every business dispute and engineering solutions for businesses he did not even own during economic catastrophes.